Hey guys, this is a blast from the past. I found this sealed Total Justice Batman line from Kenner back in the day. I had this figure. I may still have it, but for $10, I'm not leaving this on the peg. I mean, this thing is too awesome. It's one of those figures I probably got rid of because I don't like how he's contorted. These figures at the time were wonderful, but at the same time, they drove me bonkers because they were in this permanent statuesque position. Only the arms really made sense to move. The legs, if you tried to move them in any way, they no longer stood up by themselves. So that was one of the frustrating things. So Despero with galactic body blow attack. Ooh, I don't remember how to attack. He's got his blaster. This is the Despero, not Starro. Despero that appeared in the Justice League International somewhere around then. He actually joined the team for a while. Great stuff. So on a distant planet, an evil being known as Darkseid prepares for his invasion and the destruction of Earth, not Rita Repulsa. Batman learns of this diabolical plan and recruits the world's mightiest superheroes in an all-out assault on Darkseid's forces. Armed with amazing new fractile tech gear, which is why they got armor on people that normally don't wear it. Defenses created from a mix of Martian science and Batman's technology, the heroes are ready to fight back with an increased powers and auto-morphing armor that appears when danger arises. Interesting. Prepare for the ultimate battle. This special team, committed to total justice, soars off to cosmic combat. Despero, the sole survivor of a telepathic race on the planet Kalinor. Despero, the conqueror, tyrannically rules his planet using a hypnotic... If he's a sole survivor of his planet, that's kind of a... Okay, I'm confused there. Using his hypnotic third eye to put his enemies in a trance and destroy them. Hungry for a new challenge, Despero joins forces with Darkseid, using the galactic body blow against any superhero that stands in his way. So we got on there, it says weapons fit in the figure's hand. He obviously has a sword or a Benti sword. Let me see if I can zoom in so you can see what I'm talking about here. And he has a blaster. He also, you can insert post on weapons into holes on figure's back and right leg for storage. And then for body blow features, hold figure's legs. Oh, okay. While pulling back on his right arm. Release and the spring action makes his figure punch. So you gotta hold figure's legs while pulling back. Okay, that's a little different than the He-Man thing. I thought it was like the He-Man thing. All right, we have these guys right here. I remember him being ridiculous. I thought those things were just too much for him. I put them in a bag and forgot about them. His armor, it's a little bit overkill on most of this armor. I just wanted the figures, especially him. Now, he kept his armor because that was cool, except for that disc thing. I didn't care about that. But yeah, I definitely kept green armors. I like green armors. Green Lantern's armor. I had all of these, actually. Aquaman. Man, I want to get that Aquaman again. I think I still have some of his weapons because those things, I'm like, I didn't know what they were when I found them when I was digging through a crate. And his armor, I mean, how can he run with all that stuff on him? Seriously. So this was back in 1996. Oh my gosh, this has been in storage in somebody's place until I picked it up, until I liberated it with my cash. So I hate to lose this beautiful art because we have Kyle Rayner, Clark Kent, Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne isn't one of those like Bruce Banner. All right, we have, I don't know which Flash this is. It could be Wally West. Does it say on the back? Nope, it just says with Velocity Power Suit. I think it's Wally West here in this time. And then, of course, we have Arthur. All right. I definitely want to preserve the art, but I can't. It's just not going to happen. But it's on video. Unless the camera runs out right now. They'll be like, no, because my camera is not keeping good memory. It's very forgetful. I think my camera's made by Goldfish. All right, you ready for the first time in almost 30 years? I'm free! Now it's time to destroy Earth. You're not Rita Repulsa, shut up. All right, here we go. So coming out of the package, let's see that. You gotta squeeze his legs together. See what I mean? Like his legs, I don't know how to get him in. Okay, there he goes. It's a standing pose, but if you do anything else with his legs, and he does have holes in his feet, but he has nothing to put them on. So you gotta squeeze his legs and pull back. Wait, what does it say again? Because it's like he's cocked. For body blow feature, hold figure's legs while, just hold them. Okay, I thought it was like hold them together. Pulling back on right arm. Release and spring action. It doesn't tell you how to release. It just... Okay, I thought it was pull back and cock, but it was just his fist was in contact with his leg. All right. So it is like the He-Man thing, sort of, except his legs aren't on the same joint, so to speak. So how is this for articulation? Well, this feature is going to somewhat not do anything to it because it's in his waist, but it's going to go all the way around 360 degrees. Wow, you could tell that thing was been sitting in some heat because that paint right there had sealed it together. This is not the paint. The paint is the gold and the brown. There's two different colors of paint, and then the white for the eyes, the third eye, the teeth. So whenever I cracked it just then, it was because the paint had been, sealing itself together with the other paint over 30 years, basically. Okay, we got a hole right here. We got some printed information. Made in China. Made in China. All right, so he also has head articulation. He can do the Linda Blair thing. Let's do the Linda Blair workout. All right, we got legs that can... Wow. Okay, so he's got a V crotch, but it's not like your standard V crotch. It goes together. I thought he had a T crotch until I did that. Like from the front, it looks like a T crotch, but clearly on this back part, yeah, you know how V crotches, they make the legs spread apart? These make them go together. That was a clever idea, I think. I'd rather just have a ball crotch. That'd be a lot easier. All right, so his legs will go back and forward, only pretty much hindered by his belt. So he can kind of do a split, but, it's that V crotch. It does the weird stuff to his legs. All right, he is a beautiful figure. He stands well over 6 inches tall, even though he's made for a smaller size. He's over 15 centimeters tall. Sorry, I ran out. And that means he's over 6 inches tall, but just barely. I mean, he's closer. He's in the 6-inch, 5-inch scale because these other figures are pretty much on the Batman the Animated Series scale. Let's see how he looks with the weapon in his hand. Okay, I was about to say he doesn't have a right hand to hold the weapon. He's a lefty. All right. Come on. So there he is with his weapon. Pew, 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 pew. And here he is fighting turtles. And here's this scabbard. Let's put his weapon on his backpack. Okay, there's a long peg right there. These little short pegs, they're faking me out. I don't know why did you put it like this. You can't really reach back and grab at the handle like that. Maybe I could put it like that and there. There we go. So you can reach, you guys gonna reach back and grab, although he can't. And then his scabbard has a peg in it too. Now you can probably switch these up. You could probably put the scabbard where the sword is, or not the sword is. All right, that's just how they got the picture. Yeah, that's not going to go too well, and plus I'd be afraid to shoot my armpit. And the scabbard looks wimpy on his back. Let's put the scabbard in his hand. Too bad he doesn't have like a spring action like this, like chopping action. That would be cool. All right, for his weapon on his backpack, I'm going to put like that. I think that looks better. All right. He is a hulking behemoth in the comic book if you've ever read it, and he looks really good. So, yeah, I think he's in scale with this turtle pretty good. What do you guys think? So if you find this in the wild, pick it up. Let me know if you've had this before. I had it before. I got rid of it, I'm pretty sure, because these were beautiful figures, but not much more than just statues. At the time, I loved this right here. Kyle Rayner was awesome looking. Hawkman, awesome looking. Most of these were just really awesome looking figures. But to find him in the package for $10, man, that's great. That is some great stuff right there. All right, one last time. Punch, punch, punch. And then let's get a close-up of that gorgeous face. Look at those beautiful pointy ears, that fin on his head, that showing off his teeth for the dentist. And those 3 eyes, which means he could see 4D. All right, well, y'all have a great day, and let me know in the comments if you've ever had this figure or if you have it. And why did you get it? Because I got it because he's an awesome character. I think the figure is gorgeous. I like I said, I may still have mine in storage, but for $10, I'm not leaving it the chance to come back later and find out, oh, it's gone. So you make sure you get it while the getting's good.